So today I'm looking at a Fischer. I don't even know. Oh, CA-39. Looks like something from the 90s. Yeah, doesn't look too fancy. It's kind of heavy, but it's my neighbor's. She said that one of the channels went out on it. And so I told her I'd just kind of take a look and see if I could figure out what was going wrong. So that's what I'm going to do. Looks pretty plain inside. Looks like we've got a fuse out there. That makes me kind of nervous. Yeah, because we have one of the SDK modules. Yeah, so the fuse is blown. So I think what I'm going to do is I'll put a fuse in and then I'll put it on a variac, but I'm sure it's this module in here. But you never know, I guess. Okay, so I have my the stereo hooked up to a gimbal right here, and I replaced that fuse. Let's just oh. Oh. Yeah, that's bad. So I took the chip out. It doesn't look original. I mean, it doesn't look like a. It doesn't look like an original part. But I took it out, and I'll just see how what our signals look like coming into it. I suspect it's bad, but let's turn it on. And then what I'm going to do is I'm going to look at the scope and check out the input pins and see what they look like. So I'm just checking the voltages coming into here, and so we got 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, minus 48. And then on 11 we should have plus 48. And then on 14 we should have minus 48 again. 11, 12, 13, 14. So the voltages look good. So I'm looking at pin 1 right here. We see we have a signal coming in, 512 millivolts. And I'm looking here at the last pin, and 528 millivolts. And so both our signals coming into this chip are good. The power is good. So given that, I'm just going to assume it's I'm just going to make the call that it's the chip that's bad. So I've got my new amplifier here, and I ordered it off eBay. I got one that had been pulled from another device because I know a lot of these are counterfeit. So let's clean off all that heatsink compound. I'll add some more. Just using alcohol or anhydrous alcohol. My understanding is that a lot of these SDK parts, the original Sanyo ones, were actually pretty good, pretty high quality devices. But I noticed on eBay you could get some for like $3. So it's pretty clear those would be fakes. Well, I'm a little stumped. It's kind of doing that pulsing like it was before I even disconnected this and grounded the input directly. I kind of suspect it might be a capacitor in here, but yeah, so I'm going to pull a couple capacitors and just check them out to see how they look. Okay, so more investigation. I pulled the chip out again, and so this board's not doing anything, and then I have the two wires coming in, and on my right side got a nice signal coming in, and on my left side I got nothing. And so I've got to follow this signal back and find out where it's falling apart. So I'm looking at the equalizer board here, and I see signal coming in here for the left channel, but I don't see anything coming in on the right channel. And it looks like this ribbon cable comes from over here. Let me just check that out and see if the ribbon cable comes from over here. Kind of that weird glue on it. So I'm going to check that ribbon cable to see if both signals are coming out of there. I kind of doubt it, but that means that it's probably kind of localized more in here, where I'm losing that signal. So I'm going to look around. So I don't know, I seem to be losing the signal somewhere between here and here. I don't have a schematic. I'm going to see if I can lift this board out. Okay, so the signal's coming in through here, a couple of resistors, and then it comes through these jumpers here, and then here's the aux switch, and then comes here, jumper, 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 and then in the tape record switch here, or the tape monitor. And so that if I look at the left channel, which is good, let's see, I can start here and come to this jumper here, into the aux switch, through the aux switch, into this bus, 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 over here into the tape monitor switch, and then from there it goes here, through here, along here, and then through the aux, over to here, through the monitor, here, here, and then works its way along here into the ribbon cable that eventually goes over to the tone board. We were losing the signal before the tone board. So if I do the same thing, follow the right, here, comes into the jumper, comes into the switch, and then out here, the bus, 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 comes around here to the monitor switch, and then it doesn't come out of the monitor switch. So I'm going to try resoldering that, see if that makes the difference. Well, here's a switch. It wasn't easy to get out. There's these little tangs that are bent around here. Then I just had to work it. But I think I'll just try cleaning it up, see if I can get it to work. It doesn't look too bad. Looks kind of dirty, but I'm going to clean it up and see if I can get it working again. There's just a little tab holding it all together. Okay, now when we look at this right channel, follow it all the way over. It comes all the way out to the jumper wire. So I think we're fixed our problem, but I'm not sure yet. Well, there it is. We have our signal. And the problem really was this switch. I cleaned it all out and got it working and got our signals here, but I still have to solder that chip in, make sure that's working right, and get it back together. Okay, so I've got everything back together. I've got the signal generator hooked up to the stereo. And if I crank it up, we get to about 24 volts RMS. And if I see 24 squared divided by 8, so that's giving us a good 72 watts. That's a lot of power. Yeah, it looks pretty good too. It's going to heat up my dummy load pretty quickly, but let's give it a listen. Yeah, so it sounds pretty good for its, you know, the front is kind of cheaper plastic or whatever, but it seems like the internals uses good capacitors and the SDK chips are pretty good. So the sound is pretty good. It's got a lot of power and yeah, so happy to get it all running again, and thanks for watching, and please like if you like the video and subscribe. Thank you. Bye.